you can find a happier girl than Jennifer Kimball, I'd like to meet her. You just know that someone with a nickname like Giggles is going to be fun to be around. Jennifer's motto is to make the best of things, and she has a way of turning adversity into advantage. Playing the piano is one example of her persistence. She's been playing for about 8 years and has kept it up until now. She can play hymns, pops, tunes, minuets, and Bach. She memorizes pieces little by little until she has mastered them. Jennifer isn't afraid of tough jobs. She made a chocolate souffle for her family and entered the Pillsbury baking contest. With help from her mother, Jennifer has become a skilled seamstress. She made a quilt for her niece and would like to make some she attains them. She consistently maintains a 3.5 or above until it is by working and studying diligently. Even though she was too young to receive it, one of Jennifer's teachers submitted her name for a $1,000 scholarship, and Jennifer was nominated. Scholarships will come in handy because college is definitely a part of Jennifer's future. She plans to major in elementary education with a minor in computers. She feels that as a homemaker, she can continue to use her education by operating a preschool in her home. Jennifer has not left her spiritual life to chance either. She set the standards of keeping the word of wisdom, paying tithing, studying the scriptures, and dating only church members to help her stay on course.
And now we have Debbie. Here's a girl who plays in the award-winning band at Clovis West, but you won't hear her tooting her own horn. Maybe we'll have to do it for her. Debbie Noyes is someone who likes music and invests a lot of time playing the piano and flute and participating in the Clovis West band. A highlight of the past year was playing in the band when they won the Cowboy Championships. Debbie has had some other highlights in her life recently. She attended seminary faithfully, memorized scriptures, and completed reading the Book of Mormon.
Also has a beautiful singing voice. She spent most of one summer in Europe where she sang with the California Girls Choir. This summer she attended especially for the youth at BYU and had some wonderful spiritual experiences there. Sarah is very dedicated to do the right thing. Even after she was in a serious car accident this fall, she made an effort to attend her seminary class. She has a goal of having a perfect attendance at seminary. She loves to learn all she can about the gospel and hopes to serve a mission someday so she can teach others. Sarah's favorite temple is the Oakland Temple because she feels at home there. Her parents were married there also. Someday she wants to go there, and she already knows the kind of guy she's looking for.
Speaking of our darling Kimberly Barrett. Although her words have inspired us through her singing, it has been said that actions speak even louder than words. It has been through Kim's actions that we have seen a shining example of her faithfulness. This past year, Kim has read the entire Book of Mormon. Through this accomplishment, she discovered that her day seemed to go better when she began it with scripture study. And now she has gone on to set the additional goal of reading the scriptures twice every day. In the morning, she reads from the Book of Mormon before seminary.
Melinda and Megan Griffiths, and now Griffiths' house, number 11 and 12. Look how lovely they look as they each wear one of their older sister's wedding dresses. They each have the goal to follow their sister's footsteps, to be married in the temple. Melinda has her sights on the Oakland Temple someday. Megan is deciding between the Oakland, Salt Lake, and Idaho Falls Temple. It will be interesting to see where she finally chooses. Many of us have difficulty telling these two girls apart. Let's find out what makes each one of them unique. If the two girls were standing together, you can tell them apart because Megan is a little bit taller. When they are not together, however, a girl with lots of determination. Her mom says she just never gives up. Melinda, would you raise your hand so I know which one they're talking about? Okay. This will certainly help in her goals of reading the Book of Mormon daily, getting good grades, getting the Block K award, and going to BYU. Her father says she's a real tease, stuffing empty candy wrappers like they're full and putting them on his pillow. You are never quite sure what to expect next. She keeps things hopping at the Griffiths' house. Her friends say she is happy and is often seen dancing, playing football and basketball. They say she's crazy about country music and that she's earned a little title called the Queen of the Mall. I guess she's just born to shop. We don't have that problem, do we? Megan is our girl who loves to serve others. She's our peacemaker, says Mom. I call her the heart of our home. She not only does sweet things, she loves to make sweet things. Her older brother Jake thrives on her cakes and brownies and puddings. Megan has worthwhile goals of saying her daily personal prayers, reading her scriptures, getting good grades, and not dating until she's 16. She says she wants to do the best in everything she does. She is certainly on target for making her long-range goals of attending BYU, getting married in the temple, and raising a good family. Her friends say that she loves swimming, music, playing the piano, dancing, and some sports. They also say she's happy and a good friend. Both of these girls have seen such good examples in their home from their older brothers and sisters and parents that it's no wonder they both want to have a good family, to love their kids and teach them to live the gospel principles. They both count on their fondest memories, their fun traditions at Christmas. They always Christmas carol on Christmas Eve, then all the kids are locked in their parents' room to go to sleep. Is this so they can't get at the presents? The family has one great big slumber party. In the morning they get to open presents, always the youngest to the oldest. Being the youngest, I bet I'll know why they like that tradition. Watching the Griffiths family, we've all seen that maybe if it's not cheaper by the dozen, it certainly is happier by the dozens. We love you, Megan and Melinda.
Doesn't she look beautiful tonight in her Aunt Liz's wedding dress? Aunt Liz was kind enough to let Diana try this dress on many times this past year, and she has admired and loved it. It fit perfectly, and all the family would talk about the day when it would truly be her wedding day. Aunt Liz was married in the Salt Lake Temple to Diana's uncle David Ritchie last year. And that's where Diana dreams of being married also. We'll give her a few more years, though. She wants her future husband to be kind, smart, have a strong testimony of the gospel, and
I can't get along with Chelsea Jensen. You can't get along with anyone. She's a ray of sunshine on a dark day. She's the eye of the storm. She's the oil on troubled waters. She's the Switzerland of the Jensen family. It's no wonder that Chelsea has lots of friends. She's easy to love and very people-oriented. Many of her goals include making friends, sharing, showing kindness, laughing, and avoiding gossip. She has a dry sense of humor that is a delight to those who know her. Chelsea has a serious side as well. She's a good student and brings home straight A's. She is on the cheer squad and has made a goal to be on the diving team. She takes piano lessons
and for truth and righteousness. Sherry Ellis has lived it. Her pursuit of truth has led her to excel in academics as she explores the world of knowledge. Sherry is a straight-A student and plans to stay one. She's good at math and was the top scorer on her school team. She has already made plans to take advanced placement courses in high school and then get into pre-med program at college as she pursues her dream to become a pediatrician. There are lots of little children who look up to Sherry. She's turned babysitting into an art form. You won't find her chatting on the phone or raiding the refrigerator while her charges watch TV. Instead, she's playing games, reading books, or pulling something new and fun out of her babysitting kit.
Tells us that to whom much is given, much is expected. Julie Fisher falls into this category. She's been given lots of talents and abilities and does so many things well, it's hard to list them all. Julie is an outstanding student. She maintains a high grade point average and is consistently on the honor roll. One of her short-term goals is to be a lifetime member of the California Scholarship Federation, a particular interest of hers in the foreignistics. Julie's grandmother and great-grandmother were both professional seamstresses, and Julie must have inherited their talents. She sews beautifully and has sewn clothing for herself and her friends.
Knows what a gift she has been given. She's improved on this talent by taking voice lessons and singing in the Clovis West choir and anywhere else she gets the chance. Hand in hand with that singing talent goes an enjoyment of dancing, acting, and playing the piano. She's been in some plays and really enjoyed it. It's not surprising that one of her goals is to see the London musical Les Miserables. When Marjorie's not singing, she's probably smiling, being a good friend, and a thoughtful and caring person. There's always something fun going on if Marjorie's around. Right now, getting her driver's license is about as much fun as she can think of.
Well, maybe Marcy Rowe. Marcy sings in the concert choir at Clovis West and has a beautiful voice. Not only is her voice angelic, but so is her friendly, kind, and responsible personality and attitude. In her spare time, she enjoys reading, writing, and listening to music. Before becoming a real angel, though, and meeting St. Peter at the gates, she would like to get straight A's.
And also the way she wears her hair, although she's always beautifully groomed. Charity is classy in ways that are more important. It's Charity's style to be honest and to stand up for what she believes. It may be for this reason that friends and others seek her out for counsel and advice. Charity is able to help them see what is right and identify their options. She doesn't wait for people to come to her, but reaches out to other people who have needs, and is a good and loyal friend. Charity loves children and genuinely enjoys being around them. Children sense this and love her in return. Her mother claims that from the time she was a young girl, she's known every pregnant woman in the ward in anticipation of another new baby to hold. The summer that Charity toured Europe with California's Girls Choir, she earned all of her own money for the trip by holding a preschool at her home. She babysat 8 or 9 children all summer, beginning early in the morning and going until about 6:30 at night. She fed them, read to them, held an exercise class, and taught them. She did a wonderful job in a situation that would challenge most grown women. Charity is physically fit and has turned that to her advantage. She's on the Clovis West gymnastics team. She has also taken classes at the YMCA in first aid, CPR, and lifeguarding, and is a qualified lifeguard, a good way to earn some extra money. Thinking of others is another part of Charity's special style. She has learned how to do fingernails and treats her friends to manicures on special occasions. She's a peacemaker and a good friend to her family members. She has also volunteered at Valley Children's Hospital. Charity is active in seminary and loves the tradition in her family of sitting down together for a hearty family breakfast no matter how early it is. It gives extra incentive to get up on some of those cold mornings. Charity has achieved one of her goals of improving her grades and is looking forward to finishing high school and going on to college. She sees a temple marriage and children in her future. Charity feels that reading scriptures and gaining a testimony will best prepare her to meet those future goals. When strangers look at Charity, they'll probably see a well-dressed young woman. We see the kind of woman described in Proverbs. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. Charity Jensen.
Waiting when she can sing in sacrament, Chris, so I can hear her. She sings at Clovis West in the choir, and she's very friendly and responsible. In her spare time, she enjoys reading and writing and listening to music. She would like to go to BYU, but first she'd like to get straight A's
And hopes to be a confident and well-trained doctor someday. However, in the meantime, she's setting her sights on graduating from high school and from seminary. Step by step is the only way to do it. Laura enjoys singing, being with friends, and particularly likes talking on the phone. Mom and Dad got smart and gave her her own line. Laura is very talented in sports and volleyball, and water skiing are her specialties.
What a tall, slender, beautiful girl she is. Look how lovely, we're going to embarrass her. Look how lovely she looks in her wedding dress. It's exciting to think about the day that she'll be wearing her dress at the temple. She's dreaming about the Oakland, Los Angeles, or Salt Lake Temple. I'll bet it'll be the Oakland Temple where her parents were married. You never can tell, Mom. She may take you to Salt Lake. She's looking for a handsome prince. I mean a returned missionary who loves kids.
They're bearer, and for a good reason too. Cheryl is a very caring girl who loves to babysit, is kind with children, and is oftentimes secretly dropping off a batch of her homemade cookies or often little gifts on people's doorsteps. She is especially loving and patient with her handicapped little niece, Andrea. Not only is Cheryl caring and service-oriented, she is very talented also. She plays the clarinet in the Clovis West Marching and Concert Band.
These words of Isaiah, "In quietness and confidence shall be your strength." I think of Tina Wilkinson. She has quietly and without fanfare accomplished a lot. The first word that comes to mind to describe Tina is student. She's a good one. She set a goal for herself to get straight A's for her junior year in high school and achieved it. She studied hard and earned a score of 4 on the advanced placement chemistry test. Not one to rest on her laurels. She set again the goal of straight A's and is working to pass the AP exams in both biology and French.
We are awaiting news of her acceptance into BYU for next year. Her goal is to graduate from the Brigham Young University Honors Program. Jenica is always trying to discover and develop new talents. She wants to become an accomplished harpist, and for now she practices the harp every day. Music is one of her greatest loves. She has been in the color guard with the Clovis West Band every year, and she also plays the piano. Jenica is looked up to by the younger girls because she reaches out to those who are younger with an attitude of acceptance. This quality will help her a great deal when she has a family of her own.
Has a sparkle in her blue eyes and a lot of sparkle in her personality. This summer she climbed to the top of Mount Whitney, a big challenge for even the most experienced Boy Scout. Rachel is used to challenges. Even though she had very little experience, she tried out for the freshman basketball team at Clovis West this year and made it. She has the confidence to try new things. She is usually very successful. Rachel says all the temples are her favorite, with each of them possessing their own unique style. When the San Diego temple is built, she would like to be married there. Last year, Rachel completed the Book of Mormon, and this year she has set a goal to finish the Old Testament. Another goal that she has is to always maintain a positive attitude. Those who know her well believe that she's doing a good job at being a positive person. She looks for the good in others and is not easily offended. Someday when she has a family of her own, Rachel says she would like to be lovable to her children as her father is, and devoted to her family as her mother is. To prepare for the family she hopes to have someday, Rachel wants to graduate from BYU, serve a mission for the church. We believe Rachel will be up to the challenge wherever she will be called to serve. We think she's beautiful.
Humor that draws people to her. Carolee is a talented dancer and a diver. She has developed a very nice singing voice as well. She wants to be married in the Oakland Temple someday. Because of this desire, she has set a goal for herself to date LDS guys with high standards. Some of her other goals include reading the Bible with her seminary class, keeping her grades up, and writing to her brother often while he serves his mission in the West Indies.
Committed to keeping the commandments in a time of increasing immorality will need to be special. Average just won't do anymore. Well, we think Michelle Rudder is anything but average. We call her special. Someone who has read the Book of Mormon all the way through before she starts seminary has got to be special. And to be able to say that she's climbed Mount Whitney makes Michelle part of an elite group. Michelle's goals for the future set her apart as different from the average 13-year-old in today's society.
In soccer. She was the high scorer on the freshman soccer team and the most valuable player on the Clovis West junior varsity volleyball team. We happen to know that Tamara is a strong player in other areas that don't get quite so much attention. Because of Tamara, just as Tamara has sought excellence in sports, so has she pursued it in academics. She earns grades in the 3.8 to 4.0 range and hopes eventually to earn a scholarship for college. Her ultimate goal is to be a pediatrician or orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine.
Brooke Lawrence looks far too feminine to hit the volleyball straight down or steal basketball and make a fast break for the basket. But Brooke is an excellent athlete and on the playing court. She loves writing stories and plays, has a gift for acting, and is an excellent student. Her goal is to graduate from high school with a 4.0 GPA and to win a scholarship to BYU. She is the secretary of the freshman class at Clovis West. Brooke's favorite temple is the Washington, D.C. temple, which she once visited while she was on a trip with her family. To her, it looks like a castle in the air, especially at night. She would love to be married there, but realizes it's a long ways away. So she would be perfectly happy to be married in the Oakland or the Salt Lake Temple. Brooke is preparing herself in many ways for her temple marriage. She is learning to cook and most importantly, learning to follow the counsel of the prophet. She is determined not to date till she is 16 and
Around the campfire this summer at Girls Camp. This was her first experience at Girls Camp and we all loved getting to know Amber there. She is such a fun girl. Amber's had a lot of firsts this year. She started a babysitting service, began taking the trumpet, you ought to hear her play, and got her first telephone in her bedroom. Watch out, AT&T. With her babysitting money, she is learning to pay her tithing and also pay her phone bill. Oh, the lessons of life. Her mother says she's a very good student.
I see glimpses of